There we go. The etiquette here is if you're not speaking, please, if you can keep yourselves on mute, that would be amazing. If you can raise your hand if you've got a question, you know, our speakers will invite questions, I'm sure. So please add your question by raising your hand or by popping it in chat. Jane and I will do our absolute best to keep on top of that. But if we miss you, please just wave or something on screen and we'll try and pick you up. So yeah, and as I was saying, for people who've just joined us, there will be a chance at the end just to you know, say a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself. So hopefully everybody will have met in some way, shape or form by the end of the session. So if perhaps we go first, Jane, just a few things to share about voluntary centre services. All our services are up and running. Really wanted to remind everybody that that is the case. We're doing a lot of them remotely, and that includes our volunteer centre work at the moment. And I'll let Jane say a little bit more about that in a moment. Social prescribing, I've got Chelsea on the call here. Chelsea, do you just want to wave? Is absolutely incredibly busy. So again, Chelsea, I don't know if you wanted to say anything about that at the moment. I think it's just it's an area of work that has been hugely busy over the whole of this lockdown period, hasn't it? Do you just want to say something about that very, very briefly?
Yeah, for sure. So social prescribing, I think as things start to open up again, people are coming a little bit more encouraged to kind of get out and about, still have capacity for more referrals. So if you know anyone in the central area, feel free to send them through and we can try to get them involved with some of the great activities that a lot of you guys have on.
That's lovely, thank you, Chelsea. We've got our DBS service back up and running as well, for those of you that are registered with us. Have to say it's a little bit more limited than it was, in the sense because we're not in the office every single day, we can't promise to turn it around the same day the check comes in, but we are opening that up again now. And I just wanted to do a quick reminder for those groups that operate in the north of Lincoln. We have got our Lincoln North Community Board, which is aimed at those groups that do support social prescribing in that area, on Thursday the 2nd of December at 2 o'clock. And again, that's a great opportunity just to network. It also, we aim to keep you abreast of everything, including funding and so on, that might be available to you. And we have got at the next meeting, Sarah Payne from National Association of Social Prescribing coming to talk about the Thriving Communities programme. So I really recommend, if you're operating up in the north of Lincoln, that you come along to that meeting. Please email me if you'd like a link to that. Just quickly on, we've currently got a volunteer management training programme running. Jodie and Jane have been very much involved in that, and I believe there's another one in February. Jane might want to say a little bit about that as well. Funding ready courses, we've been holding those. Our next one of those though isn't till April, so but if you are keen to find out more about how to get funding, that's a great way of finding out. And I'm just going to hand over quickly to Jane for volunteering, and if there was anything more you wanted to say about the volunteer management programme, Jane. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Diane. Morning, everybody. So yeah, just to pick up on the volunteer management, as Diane said, we're well through the current sessions. This week is week 3 of the 5. We were oversubscribed for these sessions, which was fantastic, and we've already got expressions of interest for the next sessions. We're just finalising the dates of those at the moment, probably likely to be March, maybe going into April. We're just trying to work it around dates of other training so that obviously it doesn't clash and people have the opportunity to go to and attend everything they want. But the sessions so far have been really, really well received by participants. I'm just having a look to see if anybody here is attending those at the moment. Yeah, Roy, I think you are, aren't you? And hopefully you'll agree that they are proving really useful and good sort of forum for discussions as well as information and training. So if anybody is interested, do let us know. You can put an expression of interest in now ahead of the next sort of springtime sessions, and they'll probably be online again, I think, for those particular ones, but it's worked really, really well. So thank you to Jodie really for being the main person leading on those. In terms of the volunteer centre, as Diane said, we are sort of fully open in so much as we're fully open doing phone appointments. So we're still not doing face-to-face appointments in City Hall yet, but for the last year and a bit now, we've been doing phone appointments over the phone. Phone appointments would be over the phone, wouldn't they? And that's been working really, really well. We've got our own advisors, volunteer advisors, who are now back with us and getting back up to speed after a very long period of being away. So that's really great. We are hoping that once they are sort of fully back up to speed, we might be able to increase the capacity for more appointments too. We're seeing a whole variety of inquiries coming from people that are just coming across us and booking themselves in, through to referrals from our own social prescribing team, to referrals coming in externally. A lot of interest in people really wanting to do long-term regular volunteering again, which is great. So it's starting to feel much more like it sort of used to do, which is fantastic. We are just thinking ahead to Christmas. I don't like to mention the word, but I think it is only a few short weeks away now. If any of you do have capacity for to take on additional volunteers for Christmas, we know that takes an awful lot of planning and preparation, and you might already be using your existing teams of volunteers for any Christmas activities. But if any of you do need any additional kind of short-term volunteers, do please let us know as soon as possible, because we do get a few inquiries from people who do want to do a little bit extra over Christmas, albeit, you know, we know that as I say, you probably use your own existing teams of volunteers. But yes, let us know about that. We had Trustees Week last week. We had a very small social media campaign on that, just to sort of highlight the amazing work that trustees do. Off the back of that, if any of you have trustee roles that you would like any help recruiting volunteers for, again, do please let us know. And I think that's everything, Diane. Thank you.
That's lovely. Sorry, I'm fiddling about trying to unmute myself. Yeah, I mean, to keep up to speed with what we do as an organisation and what events are happening, really recommend that you join up to our newsletter, which, if you go onto our website, it's on the front page under Contact Us, which is top right. Go on there and sign up. You'll get all our news, all our training opportunities, all our forum information. So please do keep abreast of what's happening. There's also funding opportunities on there as well. Just for anybody who hasn't been to one of our forums before, it just strikes me just to say that we aim these really at anyone in the voluntary sector, also public sector too, and it's just normally a great chance to network, learn about projects that are happening locally, showcase things that you're doing yourselves, and just get people linked. And we do talk volunteering too, so we're very passionate about our volunteers, but you are very welcome. You're welcome to dip in and out of these meetings. They're usually every few months. We haven't got the dates in place yet for 2022, but we hope to really soon. I've got a provisional date for the Lincoln one at the very end of January, so I'll give you that date, but just to say it might be subject to change, but I'm planning it will be a Wednesday, break with tradition, 26th of January. So that at the moment that's the provisional one, but we're going to be sitting down as an organisation deciding, because we like it so that we're not doing the same dates across 3 offices, that we're giving people opportunity to go to more than one of these. So I think that is all I wanted to say. So we've got a great lineup of speakers. So I'm going to hand over first of all to Jacquie Nuttel from Voiceability. Jacquie, over to you.
There we go. Hello, everyone. As Diane said, my name is Jacquie Nuttel. I work with Voiceability. I am the National Volunteer Manager. And what my role is I work with local service teams when they're implementing volunteering into the services. We run a number of services across Lincolnshire for advocacy. We are primarily an advocacy organisation. We deliver statutory advocacy for people with mental health issues, disability, learning disabilities. Current funding for advocacy is changing. Statutory advocacy, such as IMHA, Independent Mental Health Advocates, IMCA, Independent Mental Capacity Advocates, and Care Act Advocates, has been secured. But there is something we call general advocacy or professional advocacy. It tends to be a catch-all for people who don't meet the criteria for the other 3. The funding for that is being reduced by the government, who believes that low-level advocacy can be done by volunteers. It's not that we disagree, it's just that because of the pandemic, there's a lot of need for this area of support. So the expectation from government is this is being delivered by volunteers. So we are now recruiting and have been, I think, since September, I think the ads first went out, for what we call support session volunteers across Lincolnshire. These people deliver general advocacy, 2 cases at a time. They get full training and they support people with things such as the processes, if you wanted a carer's assessment, or if you want to challenge your care package, they will help with the process. They meet with clients once a week. Most of that is still done remotely because of COVID. So that's one of the key areas that we're recruiting. We've had a pretty good turnaround of some of those. We've got some going through training now and ready to go to the service teams in about a month. We do provide quite intensive training. It's about 10 hours done on Teams, and then about another 7 hours on an e-learning platform. The other roles that we're looking at for is our IMHA support. We have had a huge need for IMHA services across Lincolnshire. The difficulty is that geographically, it's a big county. Most of our IMHAs are located in Lincoln itself. So we're looking for what we call hospital visitors. These are volunteers that go on to IMHA wards on a regular basis and are kind of a consistent presence. And we find that this helps people who would not normally refer to advocacy services to get the support they need. And they also liaise with the IMHAs so we can actually reach more people. And we're recruiting for them. I think we have 3 people going through training for that at the moment, which is actually quite good because we've not been doing this that long. All the roles are 2 to 3 hours a week, so they're quite doable for people who are looking for a part-time thing. We have a very good turnaround for people going into employment from these roles, which is also a positive. So somebody who's maybe looking to get back into work, it's a really good opportunity. We do have a history of people who come to us as volunteers ending up as employees. Yeah, and for those who simply want to give back, it's a short-term thing if they want. It's not a lot of time a week. Everything I believe is on the website for the Volunteers Centre, and you can contact me directly. Like I say, we have had pretty good response so far. We're looking to geographically recruit in the north of the county. We have a couple of IMHA sites up there. We don't want people traveling from Lincoln up there to do their volunteering. So we're looking at a bit of geographical recruitment. It's quite unique, and this, it's in response to funding, differences from the government. Yeah. Other than that, we are looking for outreach workers. This is to sort of target marginalized groups across the county who are eligible for advocacy support, but don't know about it, or don't know how to refer to it, or just won't engage with advocacy. I think there's lots of people out there who could get help, but don't know how to. So I think all the details are on the website. If not, you can contact me for any more information. Yeah. And that's it for me.
Thanks so much, Jackie. I've just put our link for the website where we are actually advertising our volunteering opportunities just in the chat if people did want that. Jackie, I don't know whether you could pop your email details in there as well if you're happy to do so. That would be fantastic. Does anybody have any questions for Jackie? No, I can't see any hands at the moment. Jackie, how's it going in terms of the volunteer recruitment?
It's going fairly well. Like I say, things do tend to slow up coming up to Christmas, just because people are doing Christmas volunteering. So we do expect a bigger push in January, but we have had quite a few inquiries, and we do have people going through training. And people are going to be joining their service teams, local service teams shortly. So yeah, so starting from our perspective, we've only just started this late September, so it's going quite well.
That's excellent. I don't think there's ever been more need for an advocacy service. I think many of us are working with clients where that is just so important.
Yeah,
so
and I
it's
think
great
that
to know you're there.
I think that general advocacy, you know, it's fine for the government to say, oh, we don't think it's statutory, but there's a lot of people come under that criteria. And the good thing about volunteers is that they meet with the clients, each of the clients once a week, and they can actually sort of support people a lot quicker than some of our actually paid advocates do, because they might be carrying 30 or 40 cases at a time. So yeah, so there's a good turnaround in that respect.
Thank you. Yeah, Jeanette, sorry, you have got your hand up. Beg your pardon.
Morning. Can I just ask, I work with community groups and residents across the county. If somebody wanted your help, how do they go about, how is it recognised? Do they get referred through another authority, or can they approach you direct?
You can
how would I tell my group what to do?
You can self-refer through our website. There's a phone number you can ring up, free phone number you can ring up, or you can actually fill an online form in. Yeah, yeah, but I can post those details in the chat.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
That would be lovely. So are you going to stay on the call, Jackie, if there are questions at the end as well? And as I say, we will do the roundup as well, so you'll get a feel for who's in the room too, which I think is really good. Bless her, Jane has just text me actually just to say they've had a power outage somewhere in Cherry. You're nodding as well there, Jenny. So she's going to try and get back if she can, but didn't want people to think she was rude and just disappeared. So yeah, that sounds like a bit of a nightmare. So Jeanette, have you got another question, or is that, I've learned the term legacy hand, is that a legacy? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to hand over then to Hannah. Hannah, if you're good to go, just to tell us more about Dance in Nature. I heard a little bit about this from Stacey just before everybody was gathering, so I'm quite looking forward to hearing more. Thanks, Hannah.
Hi everyone. So yeah, I'm here representing the Dance Free in Nature community group. Well, I say in nature, we're also dancing indoors over winter as well. So a bit of a background, since kind of April time, it started just 6 of us. I initiated it because I've had some training in dance movement therapy, and also I trained to hold space for mindful movement. So it's called dance, but really it's mindful movement, free movement in nature, and it's a very freeing, releasing, connective experience. So yeah, so it started off with just a few of us, and it's just growing and growing as more and more people are coming having a go. And we're holding it in different locations, on beaches, woodlands, meadows. I'm going to be some of the local parks as well. And so yeah, we guys basically go in nature with the silent disco headsets. I facilitate the group, make people feel very comfortable and release of any self-conscious feelings. And yeah, it's very much about connecting with nature as we move in. So there's a really I design a musical journey that will help release different emotions in different ways. And yeah, people just coming along and they're just really finding it. Some people are coming in maybe a little bit anxious. Some people are coming who they just want to dance. Some people are coming because they just want to be with people and dance. Or some people are coming because they really want to have a deepened experience with nature. And the benefits are just, yeah, people are coming away, they're like, wow, I feel so calm. Or their sort of friendships are being made. And some people are just coming because they just want to release and get energized. And so, yeah, and it's growing and growing, you know. Now we're at 20 people, we've got about 25 regulars. The groups are normally about 13 to 15 of us. And yeah, I found an indoor space, which is in Lincoln. That's going to be at the Active Arena. That's a dance studio. So that's going to be a slightly different experience, in that will be with speakers and soft lighting, and it'll be a bit more facilitated just to help people kind of let go and yeah, go into their own musical connective experience, I suppose. So yeah, it's just so many benefits for mental well-being, and obviously for physical well-being as well. And it is so, yeah, it's for everyone. So there's all ages. We've had people from 9 to 56 and all abilities, because it is just coming along and moving as much or little as you like, really. It's called dance free, but actually it's move free. It's just move free doesn't sound as good. So yeah, locations, at the moment there's 9 locations, kind of spread across 4 of the district councils. So I'll post in a minute where the locations all are, and I'm hoping to start spreading a bit further down into the south of the county, because at the moment I haven't got any locations in the South Coast, even South Holland or Boston. So it'd be amazing if anyone had any suggestions on some great nature spots around that area, because I'm not familiar, but I would really like to reach out to all different parts of Lincolnshire. And it's on Thursday, the indoor ones over winter, Thursday evenings, and the outdoor ones Saturday mornings. And yes, we are dancing through all weathers. As Stacey will confirm, we danced in the rain, in the woods, and that is a beautiful experience. And obviously that's not for everyone, but it's about encouraging people to be in nature throughout all weathers, wrap up. But there is also the indoor one in the warmth as well. So there's 2 different. I'm aware that, you know, it's not for everyone being in the rain dancing, but it can be absolutely invigorating, amazing experience when you do it and embrace these things and that on its own. I think that's it really. The cost is a sliding scale, so it's paid. It's a suggested cost of pay what you can afford, as you can afford. So it's between £5 and £10. Some people pay 5, some people pay 10. The indoor ones are £10 to cover the venue cost, but the outdoor ones are £5 to £10. And it's booking through by emailing me. We've got a really big social media community where with lots of people, we're often posting very positive messages about moving more and the experience of being in nature with movement. And yeah, it's becoming a very, very welcoming community, because when people dance together, it's a bond. It creates a bond, even though on the dances people will kind of go off sometimes and dance near a tree. It's that shared experience. And it's also, we also do kind of like a little introduction to the beginning and at the end. So it's a real group experience of all different kinds of people as well, is what I found. I mean, there's about 20% of people are men that are coming, which is really great, coming on their own. So that's kind of not expected, and it's great that they are. So, and yeah, from all different backgrounds as well, which is really beautiful. Some people from Boston are driving to Lincoln and vice versa. Some people in Lincoln were driving out to the coast. So I think that's everything. I'm just going to post here like the next dates and locations in the chats in case anybody's interested in sharing the information.
Thanks, Hannah. That's brilliant. I can see that Stacey's got a hand up, so I'm going to let her say something.
Yes, I just want to say I went along a couple of weeks ago and it was just so much fun. It was just absolutely great. And when I was driving over to Blighton Woods and it was raining, I was thinking, oh, it's a shame it's raining. And then I thought, actually, no, this is great. This adds to the experience. And just like Hannah said, it was so invigorating and such a friendly group of people. It was absolutely lovely. It was just so great. So yeah, I really recommend it to everybody.
Thank you, Stacey. Yeah, it is a very warm group of people. It's just naturally, you know, we're just wanting to be in nature together and move. And yeah, the musical journey is all kinds of music, so try and reach out to different genres. And I kind of really bring into help people let go of the self-conscious as well, because I know that's the thing. That's maybe often the barrier. But when people come along and they do that, it's amazing what can happen. You know, it's like, wow, that on itself could really help people increase their self-esteem and yeah, just release of a lot of anxieties really, you know, in nature, which is healing in its own. So any questions, do message me, and I've put a whole list of dates and things there that hopefully can copy and paste or yeah.
That's great, Hannah. I can't remember whether you had the details of Lincolnshire CVS, who do what we do, but in the south and east of the county. Have you got their information or their detailed contact?
I'm not sure if I do actually.
I'll pop that in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or comments? It's really inspiring. I think you're right. I think, you know, actually people getting outside. I think a few of us on our team have said just how important it's been to us this period, really, to get outdoors, you know, and to just go for a walk or connect with kind of nature. So it's great to hear what you're doing. Emma, you have your hand up there.
Yeah, just a quick question. Do you have a website as well, or is it just emailing you?
It's we're on social media. I'm in the process of creating a website. This is for my plan for November, December. Yes, and so social media or the email address.
And is it Dance in Nature? Is that the name of the?
It's Dance Free. Is the it's We Dance Free on social media. I've just put the details in there. I think on the chat there.
I've got it there. I can see it. Yeah.
But it's the kind of. The name is Dance Free Community, but We Dance Free on the social media.
Lovely.
Because I couldn't, Dance Free had already been taken. But We Dance Free. But yeah, that's fine. So yeah,
right.
So I suggest if anybody has any questions, you know, if you know anyone that wants to come along, I'm more than happy to talk on the phone to them, or I've got a lot of testimonials as well. I've got about 27 testimonials from people. So if anybody wanted to read those who was interested, you know, I can soon send those through, and yeah, trying to spread the word and give people reassurance, really, that it's nothing to be frightened of. It's a beautiful thing, moving in nature. really good for, and I think the difference with dancing and moving in nature is it opens up your senses even more, because you're in an emotive state, so that can really deepen the experience and connection. That's enough of my waffle.
I'm muted. You'd think by now I would realise, wouldn't you, that I'm on mute? Yeah, no, really, thank you for that, Hannah. It's really good to hear. I've popped in the chat there, Lincolnshire CVS's details, so I really recommend you get in touch with them as well, just to, if you're wanting to get some localities in the south and potentially the east of the county. They really know that area, so let you have their details. Any other questions for Hannah? No, I'm going to invite Maddy then to talk to you a little bit about a care homes project that is happening. So Maddy, are you okay to come on next?
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm a project officer at VCS and I'm working on a project that's alongside Age UK. We've got care homes involved all over the county, Saxby, Cannock, Gainsborough, Boston, Spalding, Grantham, Slough, maybe some other places. We're looking for volunteers to go to the care homes and greet all the visitors that come and make sure they've done lateral flow tests and they've got the right PPE and that they wear it for the duration of the visit. And it just takes the pressure off the care home staff, because I've worked in the care home before during the pandemic, and I know it takes a lot of time answering the door and making sure everything's right, and they could be using that time to do their core care roles for the residents. So it's a really worthwhile role. It's quite a niche role. We've had quite a lot of interest. It has slowed down while the COVID cases have been rising. I think that's putting people off because it is a care home and that's a bit of a scary thought for some people, but hopefully it'll pick up again. I think that's all I've got to say, really. Just a quick one.
Yeah, I mean, the background to it is that I think it's a pilot really as well, Maddy, isn't it, with a view to maybe extending this out a little bit further.
Yeah.
We've been mindful for many years. Don't know if Jane wants to come in. Good to see you back, Jane. But you know, we're very mindful that actually in a care home situation, you know, even things like activities and so on, you know, even when we're not in a COVID period, can maybe drop off the ends a little bit. And so we're really hoping this will actually be a catalyst to getting some more volunteering up and running within care homes, so that again, that quality of life for people, you know, living in a care home. I mean, particularly over COVID must have been dreadful, but you know, to just really enhance people's experience going forward. Jane, I don't know if there's any more you wanted to say on this either.
I think that's kind of it really. It's a year's pilot, isn't it, Maddy, that that we're well into now. And as you say, Diane, this could really be a springboard because, yeah, care homes, like everyone, have been hit hard over COVID. But for those residents who are sort of stuck in there with access to the outside world being limited, it's so important that visits are facilitated and that the care home staff can concentrate, as Maddy said, on doing what they need to do. But going forward, yes, we know that things like the activities roles that previously might have been done by volunteers have also fallen by the wayside. So we've got a great opportunity here to sort of get back into care homes, get volunteering sort of established in them, and hopefully once we get a bit further through the pandemic, that we can develop that volunteer program within the home. So yeah, please just spread the word, because you know, if you think of the number of care homes there are over the county, not every one of those are signed up yet, but there's a potential to have this completely county-wide, and it could be a massive project, but we just need a wealth of volunteers, don't we, Maddy, to come forward to do some shifts.
That's lovely. Does anybody have any questions on that? No? Okie dokie. Oh, actually, we're whizzing through the agenda, so I'm quite pleased about this. So Jenny, I'm going to hand over to you next, just to update us on Assist and where we're at with all of your activities.
Hi, yeah, can I share my screen, Diane, at all?
You can. I might have to give you permission. Let me just see if I can do that for you. Try it, Jenny.
Hang on a sec.
It should be set up so participants can share.
Yeah. Oh. Host disabled participant screen sharing, it says at the moment.
Oh, that's so awful. Try that.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, can you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Assist, some people will know about Assist. It's been running since 2013, and my name is Jenny Pepper and I'm the coordinator of Assist. It's a free support service for those going through a difficult time in their lives. And it has, at the moment, it has three main services that we offer. A one-to-one support service, and this is where we started with Assist, where we have volunteers that go into people's homes, that take people out and about, maybe for a coffee, maybe to do something they're interested in, but they just need some support, or having a telephone call on the phone, obviously, just to support people who are lonely and isolated. Perhaps they're going through mental health issues. Particularly over the pandemic, most of our work has been on the telephone, but we're just starting to get back in person again. We also have a dementia support group, which I will go into, and a new wellbeing space called the Gathering Place. So I'll just go through those in a bit more detail. So the sorts of things that Assist can help people with, they can help someone who's recovering from illness or an accident. We can help someone who's going through family breakdown. We can support someone in accessing other services like an appointment at the hospital or the job centre. We can take them out for coffee, as I say, or go and help them take them out for a new hobby. We can befriend someone who's lonely or isolated. We can give carers a break to have their hair cut or visit a friend. Always remember a lady that we were helping, she was taking her husband to the hairdressers because she just couldn't get that break. So we will do things like that. But as long as we can safely do it, we will try and help people in a one-to-one support situation. So just going on to our dementia support group, this was obviously stopped during the COVID times, but we reopened this on the 8th of September, and we're really pleased about it. We opened it in Cherry Willingham at the Vine Centre, which is the library, and basically it's for people who are living with dementia and their carers. It's between 10 and 12 on a Wednesday during term time, and we do all sorts of activities. We do games, singing, arts and craft, reminiscence, seated exercise, anything that people can do in this sort of situation, in a group situation. But it's also a chance for carers to chat with other people in the same situation, and for people to with dementia to come out and not feel uncomfortable, and their carers to not feel uncomfortable, just a relaxed environment. And then during the pandemic, we've just been really realising, with speaking to lots of people on the telephone, and seeing that people are very lonely and very isolated, and really a lot of people, it has affected their mental health in so many different ways. And we really felt it would be a good thing to help open a wellbeing space at the library in Cherry Willingham as well. So this is our new venture, which we started in September. We've got a member of staff who's got a lot of experience in all things wellbeing and is really passionate about improving people's wellbeing. And she leads our group on a Wednesday afternoon. And but it's quite a relaxed situation. It's open between 1 and 4 p.m. in Cherry Willingham. You can do arts and crafts. You can there's things like mindful exercises, meditation, or you can just sit and have a coffee and a chat. Or if you just want to be quiet, you can just go and read a book in the corner. It's really just a place to improve your well-being in whatever way is best for you, and it's just a relaxed place. And we've really been getting a lot of people in there, considering we only started in September. But if you know anyone who's interested in coming to something like that, then please just let them know. They can just drop in. They don't have to come for the whole 3 hours. They can come in for half an hour or the whole 3 hours, whatever they want to do, but they are very welcome. How do you refer? Well, our one-to-one support, people can refer themselves by telephone, by email, by going to the website. Their relatives can refer to us, or other agencies can refer to us, whatever is easy. But if you want to come to either of the groups, you can just turn up, or you can ring beforehand and just ask us some details about that. That's that. These are just a few comments that people have made about Assist, that it's been really helpful at a difficult time, that we try and pair people with somebody who's perhaps got similar interests or can really relate to that person. And we just try and just be a listening ear as much as we can. So there's a lot in Assist, but we will try and help in whatever way we can. Okay, stop sharing that now. So has anybody got any questions at all? Okay, I don't think I can see any, Diane. So.
No, we're quite quiet this morning, aren't we? oh no, Jeanette has.
Oh yeah, Jeanette.
Hi Jenny, it's me. Is there a cost, and is it open to anybody across Lincoln or Lincolnshire?
No, it's free because we've got funding currently. So we've got funding from the big lottery at the moment. We've got some further funding from February as well. So at the moment it's free. Your other question was, yeah, it's for anybody from across Lincolnshire can come to it. Obviously they would need to get you know, get to the groups themselves. We have a small amount of volunteers who have been bringing people to the dementia group, but that is very limited at the moment. We used to have a minibus that brought people, but unfortunately that is not available anymore. Yeah, as long as people can get there, they're very welcome to come. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I'll share that along across my groups. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Hannah, you've got your hand up as well.
Yes, I was just wondering whether, I know there's the Oasis, isn't there, in Cherry Willingham? You know, the green space there. I was wondering whether if I was to hold a small dance for people, you know, on the Wednesday afternoon, whether that might be something of interest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you want to email me and we can have a chat about it, that'd be great. Yeah.
Be nice to be able to reach out to these people if, you know, with this, if wanting to gather together like this. Yeah,
no, that'd be really good actually.
Oh, that's what I love, guys, connections being made. And if we were, you know, those of you that have been coming to these for a while will know normally we'd be in person. And I do hope next year we will be planning some in-person ones as well. So we can actually just get together and have a pastry and a coffee and chat, because I think that's the bit with the online. It's been really helpful and we will still continue to do these online ones. But I think to get people back in person as well a little bit so that connections like that can be made, that's fabulous. Any other questions for Jenny? No, Jenny, again, we really know and value your services. We know from social prescribing we refer no end of people to you. So we very much value that. It's great what you're saying about gathering place and that can just be a drop-in for people. So we'll be absolutely relaying that back to our teams as well. But yeah, thank you. And again, just at the catch-up at the end, people may have got a few more things to ask you, so we'll just see how that goes. Stacey, it's over to you next, please.
Thank you. Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm the coordinator of the Nightlight Crisis Cafes, and just to give you a bit of background about how I'm about, I'm part of a health and wellbeing group that's part of the Active Faith Network. So we were working together as a group to address the needs of Lincoln's health and wellbeing needs. And we identified that there was a real gap in crisis care, particularly out of hours. And so we've received funding from the NHS to provide safe spaces for people who are really struggling with their mental health. We started off marketing that as people who are experiencing a crisis in their mental health, but we have found that crisis is so hard to define, isn't it? And some people actually, they weren't sure if they were in crisis. They were really, really struggling, but they weren't quite sure what that meant. So it put them off coming. So now we're saying it's for anyone who's struggling with their mental health to get that out of hours support. So we now have 10 cafe spaces open in different areas of Lincoln. So we've got a timetable to make sure that there's always somewhere open every evening of the week. And they're spread all throughout Lincoln. Up in the north, we've got St Giles and Ermine. And then all the way down through Lincoln, we've got down to Birchwood, Bootham and Highcombe now as well. So these spaces are all staffed by volunteers who are trained in mental health first aid and suicide intervention. And people can just come along and receive a bit of support, because often people don't know where to turn when they're in that point of crisis, when they're really, really struggling. And people might go up to A&E and then have to sit there for quite a long time before they actually get to see anyone, when what they really need is for someone to talk to immediately in that moment and to know that they're not alone. So we make sure that we have somewhere open every night, as I say, and that's every single night of the year, including Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Day, all the bank holidays. 365 days a year we're open. And we say we're not counsellors, we make that really clear, we're not counsellors, but we are able to listen. And the only advice that we're offering is signposting advice. So we will help to connect people up to other agencies that can offer them specific help for specific needs. So that is what we've developed. Yes, has anyone got any questions? Oh, and just about how to refer, so people can self-refer, they can contact us. We've got a phone number which I'll pop in the chat, and also we've got Facebook and Instagram pages, so people can self-refer through contacting us through that pathway. But also we have a lot of agencies that refer people to us. So the community mental health teams, the social prescribers, crisis team, ambulance service, loads of different agencies can refer people to our service. And we get a lot of people come through the student welfare teams at BGU and Uni of Lincoln as well.
I've got a question, Stacey. With it, you're calling it a night cafe. Is it open from a certain time? You know, I don't know, say 9 o'clock at night till 7 in the morning or whatever kind of thing.
Thanks. Yeah, so some of our cafes are open from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Because we initially we did open in the real late hours of the night, so we weren't opening until 10 o'clock, but then we found that people were needing that help earlier in the evening. So now our current opening hours, we have some cafes that are open from 4 to 8 o'clock and some cafes that are open from 8 o'clock till midnight, and with a last admission time of 11 o'clock. But yes, I can send out, if anybody would like the timetable, just let me know and I can email that out to people.
That's great. Stacey, are you going to put your details in the chat as well? It's really helpful, guys, that have been doing that. Speakers, thank you so much for doing that. Any other questions for Stacey? Again, it's a very valuable service. I think, Stacey, you're mindful that you know, you can always do with referrals. So, you know, please, if you're working with anybody or if you know anybody who you think would really benefit from knowing that night lights are there, and like Stacey's saying, that's a great offer every single day of the year. That's quite a big offer, and we know that Christmas can be a really horrible time for people. So again, you know, just please spread the word. You're well connected as well, Stacey, aren't you? So you'll often make referrals into a number of us that are on this call. So yeah.
Yes, just to say, yeah, we are relatively new. We only launched last year, literally 2 weeks before the first lockdown. So it's been a really bumpy ride trying to get established and to get word out there that we are available. So please do help with that. Please do spread the word. And as Diane said, anybody you know who's struggling, please do let them know that we're available and that we'd love to welcome them. Thank you.
Oh, Jane, you've got your hand up, sorry.
Yeah, just a quick question, Stacey, because obviously we've been referring some people into volunteer support, and I was just wondering what sort of numbers of people you're getting through using the service sort of a day or a week at the moment, and whether you're seeing that's increasing or is it fairly static?
Yes, it has been a slow increase. So and also we've found that different days of the week really differ. So for example, a Thursday is our busiest night. And on a Thursday, we might see 15 people, whereas on a weekend, it's really quiet and we might only see 1 or 2 people all weekend. So it really differs throughout the week. I think so last month, we had about 130 visitors come along throughout the month. So yes, as I say, we're still trying to get our name out there, and we're still trying to figure out why some venues are so quiet and others are so busy.
Great, thank you. It's just really good to hear what you're doing, so thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah, you've got your hand up as well. Oh, and then Jeanette.
Hi, yeah, sorry, it's just a quick question for Stacey. Do people have to be referred into the service, or if we sort of share the details, if someone decides in that evening that they are struggling and they want to pop along, is that something that they can do without being referred in?
Yeah, absolutely. People can self-refer. So a lot of organisations, rather than refer someone, they'll just signpost people to reach out for themselves to connect. And if people are feeling a bit reluctant about coming along, then we do offer phone support as well. So people, we developed that during the lockdown, but we've carried that on. So if people want to have a befriending phone call, they can have that, and that does actually help to break the ice and start to build relationships to give them the confidence to come along to the cafes.
Brilliant, that's great, thank you.
Thank you. So another question.
Stacey, just looking on Facebook. What do I search to find you? Because nothing's coming under Nightlife Cafe Lincoln.
It's Nightlight.
Nightlight.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. It is often mistaken for Nightlife, but yeah, no, it's Nightlight Cafe Lincoln.
Lovely. Thank you.
I think, Stacey, you're going to pop your details in there as well, aren't you, just so that people can find you. So yeah, that's fabulous. Thank you, guys. just over now to Angeletia, and I think I can see Kerry whirling in the background there as well. So I'm going to hand over to you two. I'm really keen to hear this. This is a new project that you may have already heard something about, but it's Lincoln Community Grocery, and I'm so excited to hear more. Over to you guys.
Hi, good morning, everyone. No, I've unmuted myself. Good morning, everyone. It's myself and Kerry here from the Community Grocery, which opened exactly 5 weeks ago today. And we're located in the Central Methodist Church off the High Street in Lincoln. And it's a service which is aimed to bring down the cost of the weekly shop. It's open to everyone in the community of Lincoln, and how it works is you come in and you get signed up. The membership's £5 for the year, and it's £3 per shop. You can shop up to 3 times a week. And currently we can't really ascertain when it's the most busiest, but between 2:30 and the end of school run seems to be quite busy, and we get deliveries 3 times a week. We're currently looking for volunteers, and that's all I have to say. Kerry, anything to add?
Anything extra? Maybe just about the memberships. Some people sometimes ask, is it means tested? So we don't actually ask questions as to whether people are on benefits or their financial circumstances. So we do accept everybody, but we do explain when they're signing up that it is for people who may be struggling with their weekly shop, just to emphasise that it isn't supposed to be just for absolutely everybody.
That's great. Do it. Oh, Chelsea, you've got your hand up straight away.
Hiya, Angeletia. I think we met the other day.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to ask when I was there. So for people who really struggle with mobility, but don't necessarily have someone to pick up groceries on their behalf, I know if you're looking for volunteers at the minute, is there any capacity to deliver to someone that's quite local, or is that not something that you're ever able to do at the minute?
We would love to be able to offer that service. It's just we need more volunteers in order to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would love to be able to do that, because a few people have called our telephone line and asked if somebody could shop on their behalf, and then there are people that don't have anybody to ask to shop for them.
Can I just ask about, coming up to the Christmas period, what are your hours going to be like over Christmas? And again, we've had a few inquiries, or we're starting to get them from people who might be available over the Christmas period to help with volunteering. Is there anything that those guys could do for you over that period?
Sure. Well, we have a number of roles where that we need people to help with delivery, picking up food from across the city, but also we need help with people in the stock room here and on the tills. Our opening hours, as much as I know, are going to be the same. There might be a few days where we might be closed over the Christmas period, but we are going to be open as normal.
That's great. Emma, you've got your hand up as well.
Yeah, hi. I work for the Students' Union, and we run a volunteering brokerage system where we advertise on behalf of different charities and businesses across the city, where we put students in touch with organisations. So this goes for everybody, including the community grocery store. If you email me with the opportunities that you'd like to advertise, I can send you some forms to fill out, and then we can get them on the website. We've got lots of students signing up through this system. There's lots of interest, so that would be a great way to kind of get the word out about your volunteering opportunities to students, if that would be of interest to you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Emma. Yeah, that would be really interesting for us, and Kerry or myself will email you.
Great, I'll put my email in the chat.
Thanks, Emma.
No worries.
Yeah, Angeletia, could I get you to do that as well, just for anybody else who might be really wanting to link in with you? I know we're advertising for you, so we'll do our best to try and recruit a few more people along for you as well.
Fantastic. Thank you. Any other questions?
No, it's amazing what you're doing, and you know, we're very aware that, you know, food banks have been doing a fantastic job over this whole period, but to give people dignity back by them being able to actually just go in and do their shopping, and it's a great project. So thank you guys for what you're doing, and yeah, we know how amazing it is. We've heard some very good reports. I've still yet to come in and have a look, but yeah, thanks for coming on the call. Right. Sorry, you're breaking up there a bit, Angeletia.
Just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Okay, lovely. Well, everyone, we've got half an hour left to actually do some round the rooms, which I genuinely didn't think we were going to have. So let's just, I'm just going to pick people basically as they appear on my screen. So if you do have any news or anything you'd like to share with us, please do. Angeletia, you're of course first. Is there anything else you wanted to tell us about that maybe isn't linked to what you've just said, or shall we move on?
Just say that we are always looking to partner up with different organizations, and we're willing to signpost people to all of the organizations we heard from today. Also, we're looking for connections for milk and bread and butter. So we're always looking to partner people in getting a reduced cost for those items, or any links that anybody has with people that deal with dairy products or butter, or bread. So yeah, just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Excellent, thank you. Chelsea, did you have anything to add or to say? You're next on my list. She's gone. She's on mute. I'm going to pass over to Dawn. Dawn, did you have anything that you wanted to update us on?
Well, first of all, this is my first one of these.
Well, welcome. Lovely to see you.
I believe my colleague Sally Darling might have been to a previous one. So I'm from Lincolnshire Community Health Services, and previously there's been no centralised coordination of volunteers in the trust. So it's been very low level, and it's just been done with each department. But myself and Sally are now there as like a central kind of coordination function. But it was just really to sort of say we're in the process of reviewing sort of some of our existing volunteer opportunities that were put on pause because of COVID. So we're starting to sort of like try and push those back out. Probably most relevant for this particular group, obviously we do cut across the whole of the county, but we have had a new volunteering opportunity created that actually can take place in Lincoln at our Beach House site. So that's a communication support volunteer with our sort of children's therapy team that we have got currently advertised through the Volunteer Centre Services. But I think it was also to sort of say, again, Emma from the Students' Union, we've linked in with Emma, and the paperwork's easy. There's just a form for to register your organisation details, a form for each of your volunteer opportunities. It's not onerous. So again, we're trying to tentatively push out and find different places that we can advertise volunteering opportunities. So we, come along to this sort of to pick up if there's any sort of tips from people as to where we can sort of advertise. But it's really interesting to hear what people are doing, because there's things that you can think, oh, there might be a connection with something that we're doing and it's on similar lines kind of thing. So it will be really useful to carry on coming to these and sort of get aware of what else is happening out there beyond the trust, really.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks, Dawn. Yeah, that is the whole idea, really. And there's new things happening all the time. I've just heard from Lincoln Community Grocery, so we all of us need to keep aware of what's out there. Some fantastic projects. Thank you for that. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you at other sessions. Chelsea, did you have anything that you wanted to raise? I'm just going through my list, basically.
No, I don't think so. So if anyone doesn't know me, my name's Chelsea Senior. I'm a social prescriber in Lincoln City South. So I just connect people with kind of different services and organisations that help kind of improve their general well-being or just kind of accessing support. If anyone's not met me before and wants to get together over kind of Teams or meet for a coffee or something, just to kind of have a chat about who we both are and how we can link in, happy to do that. I'll put my email in the chat.
Thanks, Chelsea. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Emma Batty, did you have anything that you'd like to say?
Just a short one. We've just put out a care home survey for our next piece of work, so I'd be really happy if I could share that perhaps through you, Diane.
Please do. This is Health Watch, isn't it, Emma?
This is Health Watch, yeah. So this is a survey for both residents and family and friends of people in care homes. So if we could get that far and wide, that would be really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, and Maddy, I'm sure, would be interested in that as well. So yeah, we can get that out for you. That'd be fantastic.
Thank you. That's all from me, Diane. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Emma, hey, back to you, Emma.
Hello again. So obviously I've just said about our brokerage system. Thank you for that, Dawn. Yeah, there's just a couple of forms to fill out if you want to advertise with us. It's been really popular with lots of students who coming back from October signing up. There's lots of interest in volunteering. We have freshers fairs at the beginning of October where the new students come, and it's like marks the beginning of the year. And this year we had volunteer stalls at those, and we had over 300 students register their interest in volunteering opportunities. So we're really excited about that. We're also, as well as doing kind of that brokerage system where we advertise for other businesses, we're doing more one-off events to help give back to the community and to help the environment and things like that. So we had one last Tuesday in the West End residential area where we did a litter pick. We had 41 participants and we collected 19 bin bags full of litter. So we're really pleased with that, and we had some lovely feedback from residents. So that was really nice. We're helping at the Lincoln Food Bank collection on the 18th and 19th of November. We're ferrying some students up there to help volunteer as like a give back day. We're also going to be working in the Sinsel Bank Community Garden on the 1st of December, where we're going to go and help do some gardening, some painting, whatever needs doing. And then in December, we're also hoping to do like a Lincoln shoebox appeal, where we're going to collect donations for toys and things like that, where we will get students to package them up into shoe boxes, similar to the Oxfam appeal, but for more local, where we'll wrap them up and then send them to underprivileged families. So we have been working with the vicar at St Swithin's Church and St Faith's Church to kind of find those families that need that support, because they do like a Share the Light food parcel delivery service. So we're hoping to link up with them to find the families that most need that. I just wondered if anybody had any ideas, if anybody's got any events coming up next year that they might want to link up with us for these one-off events. So next year we're hoping to work with St Barnabas for their Forget Me Not event that they have at the castle. We're also hoping to do a beach clear up at some point with River Care and Beach Care. But if anybody has any other events like that that might be fun for students to get involved with, just send me an email. Would love to hear from you.
Emma, could you email us just a little paragraph so we can pop it into our newsletter? Would that be all right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
just with what we've been doing.
All our organisation. Well, yeah, and also if anybody
has anything
want to partner with you.
Of course I can. Yeah, no worries.
Organisations.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I will do.
Okay, so Hannah, did you have anything else that you wanted to bring to us?
Yes, so I just wanted to mention, I'm not sure if everyone's aware of the Let's Move activity finder that's going to be released in December. It's by Active Lincolnshire, and it's going to be a website where people can kind of just search for what activities are going on. It's a very broad-ranging search that can look by location and types of activities, and it's just part of a big initiative to get Lincolnshire moving So yeah, it could be worth sharing out there to various.
Yeah, that's another one that's really interesting. Have you got a link or anything you could pop in the chat?
Not in the chat. I can find one and send it through to you.
Yeah, would you mind? And again, we can get that out there. Yeah, thank you. That's
and
excellent.
then just wanted to confirm, because Emma mentioned about the Dance Free in Nature. So there is a Facebook group called Dance Free in Nature, which is part of Dance Free. So they are both. One's the page and one's a group. So just in case you're searching for either, it's all the same thing.
Yeah, I think I've probably confused things today by putting Use Dancing in Nature on the agenda. So apologies for that, Hannah.
I called it two things because we are dancing in nature, but then we're also indoors now. So it's a little bit, yeah, it's all under the umbrella of Dance Free. That's the community page. But yeah.
That's good.
Just wanted to confirm.
Thank you. Helena, did you have anything? And welcome.
Thank you, everyone. This is my first meeting, and I have been working with Green Synergy for a year now in kind of supporting Mary and the team. And I'm just really pleased to have just been given their community engagement coordinator role. So I'm working full time now for Green Synergy. I'm going to be working with local communities to do more community engagement, working with the young people's team to actually engage with more schools and actually try to help Green Synergy organise some larger events and activities on the garden, and also to help them with a little bit of income generation. So we're hoping we're going to run some workshops and things. So we're just at the beginning of writing the plan of what that's going to look like. My colleague came in, Trudy, and she was really excited about the Dance Nature. So I'm sure we've got a lovely 2.5 acre site here on just behind the hospital. And I'm sure, you know, if there's any way we can work with you, we'd love to do that. And Trudy has just walked in as you were talking, she was really excited. So I think a lot of you already know me from previous work that I've done in Lincoln. And I'm just really delighted to be at Green Synergy and working with local community here on St Giles on the Thames.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's fantastic to know that. So we'll have to get you on as a speaker, Helena.
Yeah, give me a little bit of time.
We'll give you a couple of months, but yeah, that would be lovely to hear, because in Green Synergy you do fabulous work. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's an amazing place, and I feel really privileged to be here. And actually what we want to do is we will be developing our volunteering opportunities here, and there are lots of projects that we've got ideas for. So we'll definitely be in touch with everyone, tell everyone what we're doing. So thank you for the warm welcome. It's really lovely to be here.
Excellent, thank you. Jacquie, did you have anything else for us?
No, I don't think so. I've put my contact details in there, but there's a few people I'll probably get in touch with.
Yes.
The students and stuff. We've got quite a lot of students in other areas that come through the volunteer program. So yeah, so it's been really good. Yeah. Brilliant.
And when the notes come out, you will have those emails on there as well, so that, that you'll be able to contact people.
Great. Thank you.
So Jane, is there anything I've forgotten? You're next on my list.
No, I don't think there's anything you've forgotten. Just another sort of shout out, really. So if any of you need any help recruiting volunteers, obviously we'd be very happy to help with that. I know I've spoken to quite a few of you individually. Dawn, I know we've got your role on recently, the community grocery we have. So yeah, if you've got any additional volunteer roles that you'd like to advertise through the volunteer centre, obviously ping those to us or get in touch with us that we can talk you through that. And as I say, just a shout out, if you do have that need for Christmas volunteers, please let us know sooner rather than later so that we can try and get some additional support for you. But I'll just pop my contact details in the chat as well. So yeah, thanks, Diane.
Oh, thanks, Jane. That's great. Yes, brilliant. Jeanette, did you have anything?
Morning, everybody. I have been on before and I really do enjoy these meetings, so thanks, Diane. I'm from the YMCA and I'm a Good Neighbour Scheme project officer, and we're obviously all working with, well, a lot of us are working with volunteers, but we assist groups of volunteers that want to come together and need help in becoming a constituted group I do a lot of signposting, so I will share all of your details because they work en masse with the residents that they, amongst where they live, making the difference to where they live. So yeah, it's been really helpful, and I will share everything with our groups. But if you've got any volunteers that want to come together and work en masse and need my help, then I'm happy to talk to anybody.
And your good neighbours work is always real. I mean, that's just going so well, isn't it, across the whole county? So again, that's
I made a note about somebody in Boston wanting, I think it was you, Hannah, and we've got a lot of work going on in Boston, so we'll touch base.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you, Jeanette. That's fantastic. It's always nice to see you on the calls as well.
Thank you.
Jenny, did you have anything to add?
No, I don't think I have. I think I've said everything.
Okay, that's lovely, and we've got your details in the chat as well, so thank you for that. I've got Lindsay here, but I actually think it's Ian Enright. So Ian, did you want to
thanks very much.
The stuff you're doing? There is opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not Lindsay, obviously, so thanks very much for that. I don't know where that's come from, but anyway, I work for Development Plus. I work with Lindsay and the rest of the team, and we just started a new project on the 1st of October called A Step in the Right Direction. It's a continuation of the one-to-one coaching model that we employed last year with Steps to Work to great success locally. So we're delighted to be able to continue, but within a wider context where we can accept referrals from the 3 central partnership networks attached to the city centre GPs. So we cover most of the area of Lincoln now, and we're not really just as confined in terms of working with people who may be looking to get back into work. So it's gone really well. We've got 7 or 8 people already signed up. It's completely free and fully funded, and happy to work with anybody really who's looking to perhaps get reconnected back into the community after a period where they might have felt as though they've been a little bit on the sidelines or needed to take time out to recover, or somebody who may be looking for work, or anybody that's looking to make a change. So that work's going really well. We're also running a group called The Pitch, which we established earlier in the summer, that meets on a Thursday afternoon between 2 and 4. And it's a male group, and it came under the suicide prevention funding. Myself and Kate are assist trained, and it's been a fantastic group. We do a mix of meeting with our kind hosts at the bridge, who have been so welcoming to us all. It's been fantastic. But we mixed that up with trips out. So the guys were out at Hill Holt Wood last week. We're out at the Bomber Command for Remembrance Day this Thursday. We've got a small little furniture project starting. We're going to do some baking, and we've got a Christmas outing arranged. And we've been on guided tours of the Stone Bow. We've been out for coffees locally, etc. So a really nice mix of pool and quizzes and banter and fun at the bridge and outings. And the guys that have come are really enjoying it. It's great to see them making new friendships and start, going off playing snooker and pool with each other, for example, outside of the meetings. And it's really gratifying to see new friendships being forged amongst that group. So that's all good. And then just finally, I've been funded for another year to do a day a week in Sinsel Bank. I feel really guilty that I haven't been down to the community grocery yet, but I may come down early this afternoon, guys, if that's all right, because I've got some coaching, long-standing coaching relationships that have been going on for a couple of years with people there, but I'm also keen to get out, reconnecting and calling house to house. So I'm keen to advertise other things that are going on in the area. So one of the things that I did previously was manage to get basic contact details and details about various offers translated into numerous different languages and introduce those to people if the opportunity arose for a conversation as I knocked on the door. So previously that worked really well. And obviously, things have been much more complex with COVID, but we're hoping to get out there again now, hopefully before Christmas, if not soon afterwards, to restart that work, reconnecting people in Sinsel Bank with the many fantastic opportunities that are going on in the area. So that's about it. Thanks very much, Diane. Thanks very much for your time, everybody, and great to see you all again.
Thanks, Ian. Do you want to just drop your email into the chat as well? That'd be really handy, actually, because I'm sure others will want to connect with you. Maddy, is there anything that you wanted to add?
No, I don't think so. Thank you, Diane.
No, that's lovely. Thank you for coming along. Roy from Diabetes UK, over to you.
Yeah, thanks. Diabetes UK, we support anybody with affected by or at risk of diabetes. So a lot of what we do is about signposting and raising awareness generally of diabetes and the work that we do. Really looking to connect with communities across Lincolnshire again. We've got core volunteering roles, which is all about outreach work. It's about having conversations with people who might need our support, so handing out lots of literature, etc. We are looking to develop a peer support network as well, so regular structured times for people with diabetes to get together and share experiences of the condition. We've got a couple of events coming up at Lincoln City Football Club, which we're recruiting volunteers for, so it might be a nice one-off opportunity for people if they want to help out. We've got an awareness stand there, 23rd of November and 8th of January, so 2 matches, one's an evening kickoff and one's the Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff. Yeah, opportunities just to have a presence. They get about 10,000, I think, at the ground, so lots of opportunities to have conversations and connect with people. But yeah, just really open to opportunities across the county that we might be able to link in with to get our messages out there.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Roy. I'm not sure if we've got you signed up on our opportunities, but if not, we'll be in touch with you because it would be good to be advertising those for sure. Sarah, did you have some stuff to bring?
Yeah, this is my first meeting as well, so it's been lovely to meet everyone. Thank you. So it's really interesting to see what else is going on in the city, and it's really handy for us to know where we can signpost people to, which is brilliant. And just to add as well, I went to the launch of the community shop and it is brilliant, so we're signposting all our residents there, so I fully recommend that one. So I'm from Leap, so we're supported housing across Lincoln. So we house people in sort of mainly shared accommodation, some self-contained as well, across Lincoln City, with tenancy related support attached to that as well. So if anyone does come across anyone 18 plus that is in need of accommodation and a little bit of support within Lincoln, feel free to get in touch with us and have a chat about any referrals. That's not a problem at all. We also have a sister project that covers the Gainsborough area as well. So again, if anyone comes across anyone needing support or accommodation in the West Lindsey area as well, feel free to contact us, and we can have a chat about any potential referrals coming over.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Yeah, we know about Leap, but it would be good to have you do a presentation as well at some point. That would be really nice to just hear more, because although we know you, maybe other partners in the room don't, so that would be great to hear from you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be brilliant. Thank you.
Chantel.
Hi, I'm Chantel from Darkside Rising. We're a community interest company based in Lincoln. So we have 2 projects at the moment that we have spaces in. So we have the postnatal New Start, which is for unemployed postnatal women who want to get back into employment, self-employment or education. That's held completely over Zoom, so we can cover the whole of the county with that, which is absolutely amazing. And we're running either postnatal exercise sessions or mindful art sessions alongside peer support. So we'd welcome any referrals for that. And we also have Mindful Clay, which starts next week. So our women's groups for Mindful Clay are currently full, but we do have a men's group. So we're actually branching out into supporting men for the first time with this project. So that's over Zoom as well. The men's group is Wednesday, 7:15. So again, we welcome any referrals. We've got the last few spaces for that. Coming up in February, we have the Menopause Project and the Postnatal Project that's relaunching. That's in person at the gym in Lincoln. So keep an eye on our social media pages for that. We'll open up bookings very early in January for that. And we'll have another round of Mindful Clay starting in February as well. Thank you.
Thanks ever so much, Chantal. You've got loads of exciting projects and we try and keep abreast of everything. So thank you for all you're doing. Phil, over to you.
Yeah, hi, good morning. My name's Phil and I'm a volunteer coordinator for the charity Survivors of Bereavement by Suicide. I used to be a supported professional for British Heart Foundation, or I knew Helena, hi. Yeah, we do peer support groups for people who have been bereaved or impacted by suicide loss. We also have a national helpline, we have email support, and a forum as well. Unfortunately, we've not been able to recruit any volunteers in Lincolnshire, so we are struggling in Lincolnshire, especially as all of our face-to-face groups are now going, or our peer support groups are going back to face-to-face now, and we're having less and less Zoom options at the moment, just while we reorganise ourselves. And we do have a couple of permanent Zoom support groups. One is the Punjabi speaking women's group, and the other Bereavement, which is our men's only service, which runs once a month. So yeah, we're here. We take anybody that wants to come along. Anybody over the age of 18 can come along to one of our support groups if they've been bereaved or impacted by suicide. We do have a group up in Scunthorpe, and people do travel quite a long distance to get to the groups. And then we've got groups in Nottingham and Leicester as well. So we're kind of around the edge of Lincolnshire, but not really making much progress in Lincoln, unfortunately. Not really sure why. But we are tying in with Lincoln County Council with the new Wave 4 funding that they're going for suicide prevention. So hopefully that might raise profiles a little bit. But yeah, here to help. I'll stick my email address in the chat. If anybody has anybody or knows of anybody that's been bereaved by suicide over the age of 18, then we're just here to help. All of our services are run by volunteers who have been bereaved by suicide themselves. So it's an environment where people can talk from experience. And if anybody knows anybody that'd like to volunteer, we'd be very keen to sign people up in the Lincolnshire area. You have to be over 18 and been bereaved by suicide for at least 2 years to be one of our facilitators. I'll stick my email address in the chat. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Phil. We'll try to do a bit of a push again around that. So yeah, sorry to hear that you're still struggling for people.
It's a very niche market.
Yeah.
So we know we always struggle, but
Yeah. Okay.
some places we've got lots of volunteers, and some places we don't have any. It's just getting that toehold to get some traction.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Sonia.
Hello everybody, good morning, and thank you for inviting me along today, and welcome to those people who are new to the meeting. Nice to meet you. One U Lincolnshire are the healthy lifestyle service for Lincolnshire, encouraging people to quit smoking, to drink less, to move more, and to eat well and to lose weight. And we also signpost people through to community groups as well. So Hannah, I'm going to link you in with one of my leads that I think might be a useful contact for you. Like most people, we've been back to a lot of face-to-face delivery now, which is absolutely fantastic, being out in the community. We've been holding hands with some partners in the room, certainly with Jenny over at Assist, and Dawn with your colleague Sally. We're making some connections there too. Moving forward, we've got a lot of initiatives happening in coming weeks surrounding Alcohol Awareness Week, and then moving into January for Dry January and improving healthy lifestyles, as you can imagine. So do watch out for projects that we're launching there, and feel free to signpost anybody through to service who you think may benefit from a healthy lifestyle change. I will obviously put my contact details in the chat for anybody that doesn't know me and wants to reach out, or indeed refer yourself through to service if you feel that you are eligible through any of our criteria for any of our sustainable healthy lifestyle pathways. But hopefully hope to see lots of people out in the community. We are joining hands with Lincoln City Foundation, doing a litter pick during Alcohol Awareness Week. So hopefully we might beat your 19 bags, Emma, but we'll have to see what we can manage to get down there. But yeah, thank you for having me this morning. It's been really good to have all your updates and listen to your presentations.
Thanks, Sonia. And again, it would be good to have you in the new year, doing a bit of an update for us as well on 1U. Look forward to that. Stacey, did you have anything else?
No, I think I've covered what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Lovely. Steve, from St Barnabas, it'd be lovely to hear from you. So I'll just hand over to you.
Hello, I'm Steve. I'm Volunteer Services Manager for St Barnabas Hospice. So we cover Lincoln and Lincolnshire, dealing with people suffering from life-limiting conditions and terminal illnesses. In relation to things that are going on with the hospice at the moment, the patient-facing volunteering is still all on hold. We are having a redevelopment of our warehouse on Cardinal Close at the top end of Lincoln, and that's going to be rebranded as Warehouse by St Barnabas, which is going to be a superstore. And we're going to be recruiting people to help with some furniture upcycling classes that we're going to be delivering and that are going to be available to the general public. We're going to be selling upcycled furniture as well as recycle things, the usual type of things that you'll find in charity shops. So we'll be looking for volunteers for that. And obviously, if anybody wants to start donating items again, then we'd be more than happy to take anything off your hands, as long as it's good value and not a replacement for a trip to the tip. That's the main thing with charity retail. So bring your good stuff. If it needs to go in the bin, chuck it in the bin. Also, next year is going to be our 40th anniversary, and we're going to be doing various different types of events throughout the year, including a trail, a bit like the Imp Trail, that's going to be announced shortly. And we're also going to be doing something very similar to the Forget Me Not campaign that we had at the castle as well. We're starting our first proper face-to-face event in a couple of weeks' time, 23rd November. It's going to be our Torchlight Procession, which is to do with our Light Up a Life campaign that hospices run throughout the UK. So it's going to be great to actually get out there amongst people and not just seeing them in little boxes on screens like something from Blankety Blank or something. One more thing from me, Angeletia, it might be helpful for you to get in touch with Sainsbury's. I used to work at Sainsbury's as a department manager, and they have a no food waste to landfill policy. And as part of that, they have various organisations that come in and collect food as and when it's been reduced, to save it going into landfill. So if you contact Sainsbury's, other supermarkets are available, they might be able to let you have any sort of free, very short dated food if you can make use of that as well. That's it from me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's really helpful. And again, just lots of networking. So again, Steve, if you could pop your email into the chat, that would be fantastic. And as I say, that will then be shared via now or through the notes that we'll be putting together. So we're just after midday. Sorry that we've gone over a little bit, but I think it's been. Oh, Sarah! How can I forget Sarah? Come on!
I'm nearly your longest serving attendee.
Sorry. You are. Please, come on. Yeah, let's have your news. I don't know how I missed that. That's terrible. Over to you.
Well, I have no real new news. It's just that I am still delivering my free training for anybody working with the general public around gambling related harms. Still getting really, really good feedback on that and still getting loads of interest. So I'll put my email in the chat, and anybody can get in touch and book on those free sessions. As well as that, now I can also attend community events. So I've done a couple. Gainsborough's actually ahead of Lincoln. So I have attended a couple of sessions in Gainsborough, and yeah, and just had a stall and just really get the message out there about gambling related harms. In Gainsborough, I had a guy come up to me who'd lost £39,000 in a month through gambling. He didn't think he had that much of a problem. I told him otherwise. and gave him all the help numbers, and he did promise that he was going to ring, but obviously I don't know if that followed through. But just by being there at an event means that people can approach me and just get that help if they need it without actually ringing up a number or anything. So if you do have any events for me to attend, just get in touch. And as I say, the free training continues. I've got all the dates up until the end of the year at the moment. I will be scheduling New Year's very shortly. Okay.
Thanks so much, Sarah. We saved the best till last day, see.
Oh, nice recovery.
Yeah, but no, thank you for that. And I know, I mean, the whole of COVID has been a really horrible time, hasn't it, in terms of people turning to gambling as well, and just how much it's on our screen at the minute. So many adverts related to it. So thank you for all the valuable work you're doing as well. And we'll try and sort out some community events for you to get involved in. That's fantastic. So have I missed anybody else? Is there anybody else that hasn't, or has something else that they'd like to add, having just thought of it? No, in that case then, as I say, we're just a few minutes over, but hopefully that's been a really useful morning. It certainly has from my point of view. Please keep an eye out on our website for our next meetings. But as I say, if you want to pencil in the date in January that I just mentioned, which is a Wednesday, hopefully that's not a problem for anybody. The 26th, I think I said, of January. That would be lovely to catch up with you all then. And as I say, the notes will be coming out. Please do network with each other in between times, and if anybody would like to speak seriously at the January event or subsequent ones, just let me know, and I can book you a slot. Okay, so thanks again, have a good rest of day, and have a good Christmas, blimey. Not able to do the mince pies this year, so catch up with you all soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.